It is senior night here at Jefferson High School as the Jaguar girls take to home court for a final time this year. The opponent, the New Prague Trojans. Alongside Calvin Amundsen-Geisel and our BEC-TV crew, this is Josh Powers. Going to be a memorable night for these seniors, no doubt. In the final game of the regular season, Jefferson trying for win number 9 and also a sweep of the season series against New Prague. We'll have the senior night ceremony coming up here in just a few seconds ahead of the starting lineups and national anthem. So stick around for that as well. Let's, in fact, throw it down to courtside level for senior night ceremony here at Jefferson High School.
Good evening, everyone, and happy Friday. Welcome to Bloomington Jefferson High School for tonight's conference matchup between the visiting Trojans of New Prague and your very own Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. Bloomington Public Schools expect all fans to show good sportsmanship at all athletic contests. Good sportsmanship is built on respect for all referees, athletes, coaches, fans, and the national anthem. Your cooperation is expected and appreciated. Whatever school you choose to cheer for, we ask everyone in attendance this evening to please be good sports. Thank you. And now we ask that you stand, remove your caps, face the flag, and respectfully join in the singing and playing of our national anthem. Before we announce the starting lineups, we would like to quickly honor our 4 seniors who have been with us for a very long time. And we're going to do something a little different. They've been asked some questions, and I'm just simply going to quickly give you their responses. Kelsey Bechtold, give a wave, Kelsey. Kelsey was asked, why do you like basketball? I like how the game changes quickly and the many people I get to meet. What is your favorite basketball memory? Traveling basketball, out-of-town tournaments, and anything but Paul's cone drill. What is your favorite basketball team? Minnesota Gophers. Any advice for younger players? Have patience, shake off mistakes, and always remember to have fun. And what are your future plans? To attend college for public health and journalism. That's Kelsey. Manager Secret Clay. Give a wave, Secret. There we go. Okay. Secret was asked, why do you like basketball? I like basketball because I like seeing people work as a team, and it's very entertaining. What is your favorite basketball memory? My favorite memory is when Simone scored 17 points against St. Louis Park freshman year. What is your favorite basketball team? My fave high school team is Menominee Falls in Wisconsin. You'll have to ask her about that. Any advice for younger players? Have fun and work hard. And what are your future plans? Attend Daytona State and get my EMT license. That's Secret. And her sister, Simone. Simone was asked, why do you like basketball? It's a fun activity that I get to express myself in and have fun. What is your favorite basketball memory? The Duluth trip. Yeah, what is your favorite basketball team? Packers, NFL. All right, I agree. Any advice for younger players? Work hard and have fun. And what are your future plans? Daytona State in Florida for the firefighter program. Thank you, Simone. And finally, Emily Minnie Roach. Why do you like basketball? I've been playing for as long as I can remember. I have met some of my best friends from it. It's a good outlet and has always made me happy. What is your favorite basketball memory? State tournament in 8th grade. What is your favorite basketball team? This team. Any advice for younger players? Balance keeping the love for the game and putting in constant hard work and effort. And what are your future plans? Attend the University of Minnesota and major in business and the business of child psychology. Nice round of applause for all 4 of our seniors. And now our starting lineups in alternating fashion. For the Trojans of New Prague, a 5'7" senior, number 2, Hannah Wiedeking. For your Jaguars, a 5'7" junior guard, number 1, Emma Felt. For New Prague, a 5'7" senior, number 3, Peyton Morris. For the Jags at guard, a 5'7" senior, Emily Minnie Roach. For the Trojans, a 5'7" sophomore, number 10, Annika Hallavig. For your Jaguars, starting at center, 6'2" junior, number 23, Angelina Chappell. For New Prague, a 5'5" freshman, number 11, Taylor Heeman. For your Jaguars, a 5'4" senior guard, number 25, Simone Clay. And rounding out the starting lineups for New Prague, a 5' freshman, number 22, Katie Boulanger. And for your Jaguars, a 5'9" junior guard, number 33, Caroline Heeman. The Trojans are coached by Eric Specht. Your Jaguars are coached by Paul Roach, assisted by Jimmy Rogers, Ellie Voynag, Eli Groindick, Justin Lund. Managers Secret Clay and Kelsey Bechtold. And your officials for tonight's contest, Tim Layton and Mary Hilger.
All right, so you saw the 2 Jaguar seniors and senior managers honored before the game. Alongside Calvin Amundsen Geisel, Josh Powers with you. Before we get to this game, obviously New Prague has been in the news recently. There's a lot of media coverage out there about the allegations right now surrounding some of the fans of that program. Tonight, though, this is the Jefferson broadcast. There's plenty of ways for you to follow that coverage out here, but we're going to keep it about the Jaguar seniors, about this Jaguar team, and focus on this senior night, which should be fun for this girls' squad. Calvin, Jefferson's trying for their second win against New Prague. It was a nice win for them on the road earlier this year.
Yeah, well, overall, if we're looking at the stats and just the stats, it definitely looks like Jefferson should win this game. New Prague, they haven't done very well this season. They're 2-22. They're not doing that great. I mean, they're not necessarily a bad team. They just haven't been able to get those wins. And Jefferson are 8-17, and they have a really good offense. They got a post-end offense. You know, you've got the seniors, and you've also got Abigail Nelson and Caroline Heeman. So this should be a fun game. But if I'm going to predict anything, it should be a Jaguars win.
And I mentioned this is a final home game. Not necessarily, I got to back up on that, Calvin, because it's an outside chance. But Jefferson right now is 5th in the QRF in their section. And there's an outside chance they would need a loss, obviously, tonight. And obviously they would need to win. But we'll see what the playoff pairings come out over the weekend. So maybe not for the final time, probably, but we'll find out. A win would certainly help Jefferson creep toward that double-digit total. Jefferson in the Columbia blue, and they win the opening tap, but it's off of Jefferson back to New Prague. It is a very small, at least New Prague, starting lineup. In the earlier matchup, it was Courtney Anderson that led Jefferson with 22 points as the senior coach's daughter gets things started right defensively with the steal. And they go into Chappell as she has a big height advantage tonight, trying to take advantage of it early. It was well defended down there by Anna Hatlevig, a sophomore at just 5'7" versus the 6'2" Chapel.
Well, I'll tell you what, honestly, that was a good play. I mean, they got Chapel tossed it back out and tossed it in, and it was a good execution. It was just that Chapel just couldn't get the ball up there. So it's no big deal, but if they can do that again, that'd be good.
Jefferson starts in a zone. Hannah Wedeking is their leading scorer, number 2 for the team in white.
Miscommunication right there.
Yeah, Boulanger had it poked away. It's Katie Boulanger. She's the younger of the two. She's a freshman. We'll also see Maddie Boulanger tonight, number 20. As you mentioned, Calvin, just 2 wins on the season for the Trojans. Good defense from Chapel as Taylor Hammond's shot goes off the side of the backboard and Jefferson gets it back.
Yeah, I think when she rebounded the ball, she dribbled it, but she accidentally dribbled it out of bounds, so there's nothing she can do about that one, really.
Back inside to Chapel, another high-quality look. That one's unable to go again, and it's off of Caroline Heeman, no relation to Taylor Heyman. Heyman, another freshman. It's a younger New Prague team. Struggling to find the wins right now. It was actually one of their better performances of the year in a 69-66 loss to Jefferson. It was a sweat at the end for the Jaguars. Heyman on the inside, but couldn't find Hatlevig, and a 3rd consecutive New Prague turnover offensively to start their night. Good defense so far from Jefferson in the passing lane. Sometimes you get lazy in the zone, but certainly not the case for Jefferson early. Clay sends it on the inside to Chapel. Back to Roach. Her first shot is perfect.
You know that felt good, didn't you?
Well, how many times have we seen Emily Roach do that over the years for Jefferson? Good way to start her night. 3-point launch, no good from Peyton Morris, and the rebound to Roach. This is the other senior, Simone Clay. Belt inside, beautiful feed, but the rejection from Hatlevig. She is holding her own down there at just 5'7". Hatlevig, how about an outside jumper? No good, New Prague. Still scoreless, 2+ minutes in. Emily wants another one. No good, Chapel rebound, the foul, but no basket. So they're definitely getting Angelina Chapel involved early in the offense. Something we saw in the boys game the other night, Calvin Kennedy was able to take advantage inside with a height differential, and Jefferson, they're going to the well early and often.
Yeah, Angelina Chapel is easily the obvious tallest player on the court right now. It would be really nice if she could start getting some points in, but I think she's starting to get stressed a little bit because she's gotten the ball 4 or 5 times, but she hasn't gotten a goal yet. So I think if she gets more stressed, then she'll score less. But I think this timeout right here should definitely allow her to reset herself and get her feet straight so she can score some buckets tonight.
Timeout taken by Eric Sprecht, the New Prague head coach. 2 wins for New Prague this year. Defeated Northfield back in December, and then had a victory over Cooper back in February. And there's the Jaguar bench. Head coach Paul Roach. Chapel gets the second of the 2 free throws, so maybe that'll get her going a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
I like your comment, Calvin. You don't need to rush it. Still be patient and let this game come to her. She should get a lot of opportunities tonight. Here's a turnover as Roach comes up with the steal. Good ball rotation. Heeman wide open. 3. No, there's Chapel with another offensive rebound.
There we go. That'll do it.
That's why she's going to get opportunities. If she gets offensive rebounds like that, we've seen it the last couple possessions, the points are going to come. Hatlevig, nice little pump fake, can't get the shot. Good offensive rebound, and the first points come from Taylor Hammond. The freshman getting going early for them. A 4-point Jaguar lead. Inside to Heeman against Hatlevig. Good pump fake. The basket and the foul.
Look at this move right here. Psych, she just went the other way with it and got right around the defense right there. That was a very nice move.
Beautiful pivot for Caroline Heeman. Averaging 11.2 points per game for Jefferson. 1 of 3 in double figures, along with the 2 seniors, Felt and Roach. They complete the 3-point play. But it's an 8-2 Jaguar lead. It's Heyman again, little Euro step, and she draws the foul. So a good start for Taylor Hammond. Averaging 8.4 points per game, which is second on the team and only behind Wedeking.
Yeah, there's not much that Chapel could do there. She was trying. All she could do was try and block the ball, and that she got that foul on her.
Hammond has scored all 3 points for New Prague. Second free throw, no good. Jefferson the rebound, they look to run. It's Abby Jo Nelson inside. Hatlevig with the rebound. It's Wedeking with the crossover. Smooth glide to the basket, but no. And a jump ball. It'll go back to Jefferson on the arrow.
Got some full court defense here, huh?
Yeah, a little change up from New Prague. 4 minutes into the game. Tough catch from Heeman, but she got it done. Roach left wide open, a little short.
Yeah, there wasn't enough arc on that shot to get it in.
Hatlevig gets it off the glass. First points for Anna Hatlevig. New Prague within 3. They want Chapel on the post-up, drawing the double team, doesn't matter. For Chapel with 5 early points.
She's got so much height that not even 2 defenders stop her.
High arc 3 is good from Boulanger. Deflection by the Trojans. Boulanger gets the hand in there. Subs for Jefferson off the bench. Courtney Anderson, who had 22 against New Prague earlier, is in as well as Hannah Bach for the first time, the 5'9" junior, number 35. Roach from the elbow, rattles it in.
That was good execution right there.
She is getting some good looks early. That's the last player New Prague wants to leave alone is Emily Roach. Here's Hammond, got past Clay, but Clay poked it away. Roach 2-on-1, over to Clay, back to Roach, and blocked. Nelson picks up the loose ball. Anderson wide open, 3 is good.
Oh, that was something right there. Might have been a mistake to try and keep the ball in right there.
She heard New Prague from deep in the first matchup, and her first 3 tonight is perfect. And Jefferson stretches the lead to 7. Abby Jo probably could have picked that up and lets it drift out of play. It'll go back to the Jaguars. High tempo game here early on, just 6 minutes in. A lot of possessions. Anderson, why not? She just hit one a second ago, that one's short. Picked up by Wedeking, who hasn't scored yet, their leading scorer. Boulanger. First one was in, second one was an air ball. Sustain up New Prague as they're able to pick up the offensive rebound. Maddie Boulanger, who's checked in number 20. The younger sister coming up with that loose ball.
I don't know, Josh. It looks like the Jefferson defense is having a hard time setting up when it's their turn to play defense, because you know Boulanger got that wide open three and she almost got another one right there.
Heyman, that's Katie Boulanger back to Heyman. Good defense by Jefferson on this trip. Underneath though, wide open Heyman, but missed it. Here's Heyman the other way for Jefferson. Nice spin, tough shot, but got fouled.
She was like, I don't need no teammates. I'm just gonna drive by myself.
Well, she got to a pretty good spot on the court.
Yeah.
Drew the contact.
First personal, 13. Heyman at the strike, shooting 2.
Second free throw for Heyman. Jefferson 1 out of 4 from the line early. Even some points out there. Heyman gets the second one to go. 8-point Jaguar lead. 7 minutes gone by here on senior night. Intercepted. Emma Felt will coast in for the layup.
Jaguars.
5 different Jaguars have already scored, Calvin.
Jaguars are getting a couple of steals right here. You know, you got a couple from Roach. You got one from Felt.
That three-pointer in the corner has been available. That's Hannah Langeberg with the 3. As Abby Joe keeps it alive off a miss. Inside, Felt. Easy deuce.
Well, I thought that play might go sideways. Heyman got hit right in the side of the head with that ball because she wasn't looking for the ball, but they ended up scoring anyway, and she looks to be okay, so it's no big deal.
2011 Jefferson, a good mix of inside points and three-pointers so far for the Jaguars. Heyman will launch. That one way too strong. You can see that off her hand. Good hustle there from Abby Jo Nelson to keep it alive. Intercepted though by Wedeking. And then a foul on Abby Jo.
Well, that was kind of awkward.
Yeah, Jefferson just did not look comfortable in transition there.
Yeah. The ball was about to go out. That's why she had to throw it. So Abby Jo Nelson had to pick it up. And from there, it was just, you knew someone was going to get fouled before the play ended. Now let's see if New Prague can get some points here.
Good start here for the Jaguars with the 20 points already, not yet even midway through this half. Calvin, they'll take that the rest of the game, and that'd be very tough for New Prague to beat at that point with an 80-plus point night. Inside Hatlevig. Now Hatlevig on the drive. Tough runner, no good. Chappell the rebound. Jefferson will push again. Heyman finds Roach. Had the first shot blocked. Second one also deflected. It's Langeberg out of control. And is that a block?
Yeah, I believe it's a blocking foul.
It is on Heyman in 2 shots. For Hannah Langeberg, who hit that 3 a moment ago. 4.8 points per game. Paul Roach wanting a little bit of a chat after that whistle.
Yeah, that looked a little awkward for both players. Langberg just kind of ran in to her because there was nothing else she could do if she wanted to try to get that layup and that foul. So it seems like many of these fouls that have already happened tonight haven't really been on purpose. They've just, happened because that's the way basketball is.
Langenberg hits them both. She's already over her season average. Midway through the first half, Jefferson hasn't trailed yet in this game. Now they lead by 9 after that Roach layup. 7 points for the senior captain, Emily Roach. A good way to come out with a good start here on senior night. Appears she's primed for a big game.
Yeah, you know she wants to score a lot of points tonight.
Yeah, it would be fitting if it could happen. It's already off to a very good start for her and the team.
She's very aggressive on defense, too.
A block from Chappell as Felt picks up the loose ball. Jefferson continues to push tempo. Abby Jo inside to Chappell and the foul. Beautiful ball movement, Calvin.
Wow, that was a quick turnaround. Watch this. She gets it, and she immediately goes up, and it goes right in. That was perfect execution. I know I said that before, but Angelina Chappell, bravo right there.
Yeah, great feed there from Abby Jo, just led Chappell right to the basket.
Could not have done that any better.
Chappell, as we talked about at the top, with that size advantage, she is making it pay off with a big first half. A miss there, Heeman the rebound. Inside again to Chappell, but it's knocked away as Katie Boulanger was able to get a hand on it. Hadlovig decides to pass on that 3 and then threw it away.
Yeah, looked on that take right there by New Prague, it looked like they assumed that they were going to go Chappell, so they got the ball out of it. And that's what you can't do. If you become too predictable, you know, if you always pass it to Chappell, then they'll just double team Chappell and get the ball every time. So you got to change it up a little bit sometimes.
There's Clay in the corner. Clay the drive, the runner, and the bounce on senior night for Simone Clay as she's on the score sheet. That's going to make Sister Secret Clay happy over there. The student manager, twin sister of Simone, honored as well. It's already 6 different Jaguars who have scored here in this first half.
Yeah, looks like this offense is going off right now.
Katie Boulanger got stuck. It was Chappell with the defense. Cross-court Clay, wide open 3 is on the money.
Swish! That was nice.
Yeah, we got a good look at that one. That looked like good from the moment it left her hands, and it was perfect.
There's a replay for you.
Another 3s, too strong again from Langenberg.
It seems like that's the spot that New Prague goes for that right now. That corner right there, and they try and shoot the 3.
Heeman is really pushing the tempo for Jefferson. Chappell to catch, cross court, another wide open look. It's Felt for 3. Timeout New Prague.
We got snipers here tonight at the Jaguars offense.
You love that. The double team comes, Chappell recognizes it, and the perfect pass, Calvin, cross court to Felt. That's already 4 threes for Jefferson, and you talk about the kind of those advanced analytics the NBA loves to have, and Jefferson is executing that to the team. We're seeing layups inside the paint, and when they're not, they're getting very good looks from the perimeter.
And what's even better is that they know how the defense is starting to work. You saw right there on that last play, Angelina Chappell knew she was going to get double team, so when she got the ball, instead of going up, she passed it out, you know, and they changed up their strategy so that they can get those points, right? The strategies that a team uses to score are only effective if they use it in the right way, no matter how good they are. So as long as Jefferson can not only keep scoring these points, but also recognize when the defense has shifted, that'll definitely let their offense keep going. And I think at this point they have over double New Prague's points.
It's a 12-0 run. That prompted the timeout from Eric Specht. 32 points already for Jefferson with still 6.5 minutes left in the half. Jefferson right now 5th in the QRF in their section. Wedeking just kind of shoved away Felt there. A little bit fortunate. Katie Boulanger reluctant to shoot. She probably should have triggered. Instead, it's a travel.
Yeah, she didn't know which option to choose, whether the drive or the shoot, and that caused her to mess her feet up a little bit, just a little too much, and so it's the Jaguars' ball.
This is a good lineup against this pressure with Clay, Anderson, and Roach, who can all handle the basketball. A little too aggressive there. The idea from Clay results in a rare Jaguar turnover, at least recently. I like how Jefferson spread around the points too. Chappell has 7, Roach with 7, Felt with 7. High-low action. The two sisters combined, but a couple of missed shots. But Katie Boulanger sticking with it. She'll go back to the free throw line.
Well, you gotta give him credit for that first move right there. You got the ball in the paint, but instead of driving or even shooting, he passed even further into the paint. And if that shot had gone in, that would have been such a very good executed play. But hopefully they can get a couple of shots out of this and get some of those points back that they missed. There's one.
So Katie Boulanger on target and on the score sheet. Ends that 12-0 Jaguar run. Would have been a lane violation on Clay, but Boulanger made it anyway. Pass from Clay, too tall again to handle for Hannah Bach, and a second consecutive Jaguar turnover.
There's something the Jaguars can do against that, full court defense that they've been fighting against every time they've gotten the ball, is if they get someone down the court and they get them open, it can be like American football, and you can throw it all the way down there and hopefully get a point in to skip the entire defense.
Heyman back in with the ball for New Prague. Katie Boulanger going to work on Bach and draws another foul. She's their tallest player at 6 feet, even.
16. Katie Boulanger shoots fair.
Makes the second. 15-point Jaguar advantage. Here late in this first half. Better defense from the Trojans on this trip. Roach fakes the 3, driving inside, off the glass, too strong, and a jump ball in the rebound. Look at Simone Clay getting in there. Calvin, good hustle. It'll go back to New Prague, but she was able to dart in, get the jump ball.
Yeah, I was afraid that one or two of the players might have hurt their shoulder on that play, but nothing happened, but that looked very rough.
Chance here for New Prague. Remember, they trailed 32-13, so they're on a little bit of a mini 4-0 run. They'd love to get it into single digits at the half. Wedeking hasn't scored yet. Here's Heyman thinking about it, triggering it. Too strong again. Rebound to Courtney Anderson, had it poked away. Up and under in the basket, plus the foul for Langberg. So how about the first half for Langberg?
That was a good move.
Yeah.
I don't think didn't give up on it, and since there was somebody else there, you know, they got the ball back, they got it up, and they even got a foul out of it. So that's not giving up on the ball right there. That's good.
Three-point play for Langberg. New Prague really hitting their free throws in this half. That's 7 out of 8 now. Or correction, 7 out of 9. But still pretty darn good. Nice ball reversal. Anderson 3, no good. Chappell the board, no. Abby Joe keeps it alive. Into Nelson. Now Chappell finds Nelson baseline. Air ball that one. Good defensive trip from New Prague. They're on a 7-0 run. Hatlevig pops in for the jumper and got the bounce.
That was good deception tactics right there by Hatlevig. You know, it looked like she was going to shoot a 3, and then she didn't. It looked like she was going to drive all the way in, she didn't. She got that shot, and that was good.
So now 9 straight for New Prague. Anderson lines it up. That one good. 5th 3 of the half for Jefferson. And a turnover. Would have been, but a foul committed on New Prague. The 5th team foul of the half. New Prague is in the bonus. Jefferson has committed 7. That's also 2 fouls on Katie Boulanger, so she needs to be careful. She'll stay in there for now. Chappell lobs it over the top for Felt, and it rattles in.
Oh, that was close. The pass from Chappell was kind of offline. She got it in anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah, this was not an easy finish for Felt. A little too far under the basket, but she had the perfect amount of arc on it. A key 5 straight points there for the Jaguars. The lead was down to 10 for a few seconds. A block from Abby Joe. Roach off and running again. Nelson down the wing and ran out of options as Hatlevig was able to step in. Offensive foul, push off from Hammond.
Now you can be aggressive when you play, but you can't be too aggressive.
Little shoulder shrug.
Heeman pushed back a couple feet.
That was Heeman versus Heyman there. Again, no relation between the two. They break the press again. Another easy put in for Chappell.
Last time was Chappell the Felt, now it was Felt Chappell.
And Chappell knocks it away for the first half for Angelina. With 9 points to lead the team along with Felt. Looking like it's going to be a 40-point half for Jefferson. Their season high is 75. That was in their second game of the season. So they're on pace to eclipse that. 2 minutes left here in a fun first half for the Jaguars, up by 17. Belt drives, ran out of room. But a foul on the Trojans. Should be a 1-and-1 here for the Jaguars.
Yeah, Felt ran out of bounds like she had been fouled before the call was even made, like she knew it was going to be a foul.
A little fortunate. Let's see if she can take advantage. Felt part of a large junior class. Everybody but Roach and Clay, who's in the regular Jaguar rotation, is a junior this year. And Felt gets the 1-and-1.
You know, I feel like right now, both teams' offenses and defenses are doing really well. You know, you've seen a couple of plays where New Prague's defense is taking the ball away from Jefferson, and you've seen a couple of plays vice versa. But I also think the offenses are trying their absolute best to score those points.
Chappell with the miss on an offensive rebound. Maybe have rushed that one a little bit. Roach steps in, but it's a block. It'll be a 1-and-1 for the visitors. Felt into double digits. She's the first player with at least 10 tonight.
Fouls number 15, Abigail Nelson. Second personal, 18.
1-and-1 for Wedeking, their leading scorer. So far without a point. And back rims that one. Heyman with the rebound. Off of Maddie Boulanger and throws it away to Felt. A lot of contact there from Peyton Morris.
Yeah, you can hear the fans shouting. They wanted a foul on that.
Felt was able to recover anyway. Just over a minute left in the half. Felt on the drive. Will it count? Will it count? Still can't tell. I think it will. No, they're going to wave it off. That was a long, it was a long wait to find out that information.
I don't know. I feel like that one felt kind of personal. She got shoved at the back of the court, and she's like, nah, I'm doing this myself. Decided to drive all the way.
So it's a 1-and-1 for Felt instead. And was able to lob it in. Second one no good, and the rebound over to Maddie Boulanger. Layup rolls off for Wedeking. Jefferson can make this lead 20 plus with a basket, but it won't happen this trip. Wedeking with the steal, a 3-on-2 right to the basket, no. And it'll go back to Jefferson, so some missed opportunities for the visitors.
Yeah, both teams' offenses are being really hasty right now. That's why you're seeing a lot of turnovers, and you're seeing a couple steals, and because the teams are trying to score as fast as they can. That makes them reckless. Yeah. See right here,
their
just
pass
like that.
Too aggressive. Hadlevig is able to come up with it. Hadlevig dumps it down low to Heyman off the window.
And this full court press makes that recklessness even worse. They're trying their best to get around it and score.
Heyman is able to come up with it. She was in a tough spot but got bailed out with the foul. New Prague really wants to increase the tempo of this game.
Yeah, they're definitely going hard at these Jefferson players. It's resulting in all these fouls.
Still a 1-and-1 for Heyman. And able to make them both, Carolyn. Final possession of the half for New Prague. And Abby Jo Nelson, just a little too much contact. That'll send New Prague to the free throw line. Last 1-and-1 will be shot by Wedeking.
Yeah, this foul right here, it would have been called whether it was really that intentional or not. It was just two players running full speed in different directions, so there's really nothing much you can do but call a foul right there.
Wedeking misses that one. And it'll stay with New Prague. So Wedeking scoreless first half and missing two front ends. Heyman on the inside, had it blocked by Abby Jo Nelson. Still 8.4 for the Trojans. Heyman sneaks inside for the basket as the half expires. It was a good try from Roach. It wouldn't have counted, but that was fun at least.
Look, that one around the rim, that was close.
But it was a fun first half for the Jaguars. They never trailed, Calvin. 43 points of offense, 17-point lead. Some pretty good numbers for the Jaguars here on senior night.
Yeah, I tell you what, I mean, both teams are getting really aggressive there. And, you know, when player drove in the paint, you know, the entire defense was there to block, and that kind of ended up getting a lot of fouls, you know, a lot of aggressive plays. So I think if both teams just come in and they kind of, you know, relax a little bit. You know, there's a lot of fouls. You don't want any players to, you know, get kicked out for fouls. So just, you know, relax and restart their focus. And both teams should definitely be good to go when the half comes back again.
Yeah, good first 18 minutes for the Jaguars here on senior night, hoping to finish it out strong with a win. Second half coming up next, senior night for the Jaguar girls here on BEC-TV.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back inside Jefferson High School. Second half just underway. This is the first possession of the half, and it ends in a 3-point miss, although it'll stay with New Prague. It's off of Angelina Chappell. Jefferson leading by 17 here on senior night alongside our BEC-TV crew and Calvin Amundsen Geisel. This is Josh Powers. Good start for the Jaguars. Hopefully a good finish. They've got a big lead to cushion them a little bit, Calvin, but what an entertaining first half. A lot of back and forth, good pace, and we really saw Jefferson from the inside and the outside. The offense was clicking.
Yeah, this is easily one of their best first half offensive performances this year, and that definitely feels good for the senior girls who are playing tonight. So that should be fun. Hopefully they can score as many points in the second half here as well.
There's Felt. She led the way with 11 in the first half and picks up right where she left off. That's a game-high 13 now for Emma Felt. We will catch up with the two seniors, by the way, in our post game, so stick around for that. Simone Clay and Emily Roach. And who knows, maybe the two student managers, too, if they want to be interviewed. We'll welcome them over as well. So stick around for that in the post game. Jefferson now up by 19. That matches their largest lead of the game. It hasn't been 20 plus yet. It could be in a few seconds. Roach trying to get around Hammond with a lot of contact. Knocked away. Hatlevig to the bucket and the lay-in for Anna Hatlevig.
Nice steal for New Prague right there. Here's the replay. MFL tried her best, but nothing she could do about it. Got that point in.
Seen an aggressive defense for New Prague. Now a half-court trap coming out of the locker room, and it causes another Jaguar turnover.
A lot of contact here.
Very physical, and finally too much there from Felt.
Yeah.
There were a lot of whistles in the first half. Combined 23 free throws. We didn't have anybody get to 3 fouls yet, though. They kind of spread around the fouls nicely. I guess if that you could call it that way. Here's Chappell with a turnover. Heeman trying to slow it up and did just in time. May have gotten away with a walk. Inside Chappell. Over to Heeman. Lay in, no. Chappell misses the follow-up.
Yeah, there were just too many people in her way. She just couldn't find an open lane for herself, and so it's hard to get that shot in when there are hands covering you from everywhere.
Jefferson now has gone to his zone. Saw that in the first half, and Hatlevig gets fouled underneath. It was balanced scoring for Jefferson in the first half. Feld had 11, now with 13. Then you had Chapel with 9, Roach with 7, Anderson 6, and 5 each for Clay and Heeman.
Well, I happen to have a stat that the Jaguar fans here are definitely going to like. In the first half this season, the Jaguars have scored around 530 points. In the second half, though, they've scored over 900.
There you go.
So, if anything, the Jaguars are primed to score a lot more points this half. Let's see if they can do that here.
Hadlevik now with 8. That ties Langeberg with a team high in points. Timeout taken by Paul Roach.
Yeah, that's definitely a timeout they need. What I was saying before the half ended about both teams resetting themselves, that's just not the case for New Prague. New Prague has come out and they're just pounding the ball. You know, they're going back to what they were doing in the first half. They are just being aggressive, right? You've seen the fouls, you've seen a lot of contact, and the Jaguars have kind of slowed down a little bit. So what Coach Roach is doing here is he's trying to get his players back into it. You know, he's not telling them necessarily to be as aggressive, but he's definitely telling them they got to ramp it up a little bit so they can get around the aggressiveness of the New Prague team. So let's see if he can do that right here.
Jefferson 8-17 overall this year, 4-12 in the Metro West. Currently 5th in Section 3. We'll see what the pairings come out over the weekend. A win, who knows? They could maybe move up. It seems like a bit of a stretch. I don't have a computer algorithm in front of me, Calvin, but there are a few percentage points back in the QRF of 4th place. Here's Roach from the wing. Three-pointer rims out. New Prague on the move again. It's Wedeking on the inside. Her struggles continue in this game. It'll stay here with, you see, New Prague with the arrow. New Prague with 2 3-pointers in the first half, both coming from the corner. That was the preferred location against the Jaguar zone they were able to get to. Good defense there from Heeman. It caromed around, though, to Katie Boulanger.
And there's absolutely nothing you can do about that. Look at this, just unlucky bounce off the fingertips and right to Boulanger, and got that point in.
Felt getting all the bounces. Now with a game-high 15. Yeah, they call that puck luck over at the Bloomington Ice Garden. Boulanger took advantage of it with a layup, but then commits a turnover on this end.
Yeah, she was going to go up for it, but then she found Chapel right in her way, so there's not much she could do there.
A healthy 15-point Jaguar lead. It was 17 at the break. Felt, pump fake. Inside Chapel. Outside Heeman. Three-pointer good.
Didn't even touch the rim right there. Oh, perfect three-pointer.
Another great feed from Chapel. She's really had good awareness down there. Block from Chapel.
I don't know about, oh, you can hear it from the fans. They are not happy with that call.
Sounded like leather.
It definitely is a very contentious call. I think what the visual was seen was how Chapel's arm wasn't straight up in the air. It was slightly bent down. And I think that's why she called it for a foul.
Taylor Hammond now with 6 points. That's now 10 free throw makes for New Prague in this game. They have scored a good chunk of their points from the free throw line. They're 10 out of 14. Jefferson was 6 out of 12 in the first half. Abby Jo Nelson rebound. There's that full court, at least three-quarter court pressure again from New Prague. They're not on the same page on the fast break. Heyman's able to save it. Wedeking a three. Still scoreless. And Hammond had it poked away, apparently. Jefferson thinks it should be their ball.
Jaguars never happy with these calls these last couple of minutes here, but
So it's a lot of ground for just two officials.
yeah.
In this girls' game. Don't always get the best angles.
Yeah, and with the defense so tightly packed together in the paint, it's kind of hard to tell who touched the ball last. New Prague trying to figure out how to get past this defense right here. They're not really getting any openings in the paint right now.
Yeah,
Oh, here's one.
Hadlevig inside out, but the pass wasn't on target, so Maddie Boulanger couldn't shoot it. Hadlevig again. Team in the defense, and a travel. That gets Eric Speckdahl in a lather over on the New Prague bench. Tough one. Still a 17-point lead for the Jaguars. Roach hasn't scored in a while. She had 7 early points. On cue, Roach. That one rattles out. Offensive rebound from Bach. And a 3-second call on Abby Jo Nelson.
Yeah, she was trying to stay in the paint, trying to get open as much as she could, but she was just in the paint for too long. Just a small mistake right there, nothing too big. Just got to remember it next time.
Hasn't been the cleanest second half so far for Jefferson, but the good thing, Calvin, we're nearly 6 minutes in and the lead is right where it was at 17 at the half.
Yeah, they've caught up with New Prague's scoring that they had at the beginning, and now it looks like both defenses are starting to shake out a little bit better now.
Maddie Boulanger, three-pointer way off, but offensive rebound for Peyton Morris.
Yeah, Morris got in the right position. She knew where the ball was going to go. She got it, and she put it right back up for 2 points.
First points for Morris. Three-pointer no good from Bach. And a good box out from Hadlevig, drawing the Jaguar foul. That's already now 4 Jefferson fouls here in this half.
Yeah. You can see the body language of the players right now. They're not very happy with the calls, and so that might make them range up their emotions a bit and make them more susceptible to missing shots and stuff. So they gotta be careful, don't let their emotions get the best of them.
Katie Boulanger drive. Good defense from Nelson. Landenberg, a wild miss. Offensive rebound, Hadlevig. Katie Boulanger, a nice move. What I like about that, Calvin, is she went for the left-handed finish on that left-handed drive. That was key in drawing that foul.
Yeah, what New Prague did there is they shook up the defense a lot, So there's something, even if they didn't score, they spent a lot of time passing the ball around, and you could see that the Jaguars' defense really they didn't really know where to go, what to do exactly, and so that allowed them to confuse the defense just enough to get the ball in the paint and get that foul. So it's not necessarily always about trying to score, it's about trying to screw up the defense so that you have a better chance of scoring when you do take that shot.
Promising freshman player here for New Prague. First for the Trojans in double digits with 10. Full court look from the visitors. Maybe a final push here. Got the lead down to 13. These next few minutes are going to be key for Jefferson. Anderson traveled. I know Roach has missed a couple there, but that would have been a good look from the top of the key for her.
I think if she had first decided to fake the pass and then gone up for it, she definitely would have had a wide open shot. But she looked at the rim first, which brought the defender close to her to try and get the block off.
Katie Boulanger rolls it in. The lead is down to 11.
Yeah, you can see right there the Jefferson defense didn't really know what to do.
Get a foul on the visitors as Roach trying to dribble through traffic. 12 now for Katie Boulanger. First New Prague foul of the half comes 7+ minutes in. Felt back in for Jefferson with her 15 points. Nelson down the lane, tough finish. Couldn't find the finish. It'll stay here.
The thing that I think the Jaguars need to work on is getting past that full court defense. Whether they have to get the ball down the court, because trying to get down the court takes a lot of time, and it takes away more time to get them to score.
They get Roach with an offensive foul on a hook.
Roach can't believe it.
There's the call, though. You see her with that left elbow. Got it around the midsection of Wedeking.
Yeah, she was just trying her best to get around her defender.
New Prague can make it a single-digit game for the first time since very early in this game. That three is an air ball from Hammond.
Yeah, she just tried to get it off her hands too quick, and that's what the result was. I think she could have taken her time if she had tried.
That was the third foul, by the way, on Roach, that offensive foul. She stays in there for now.
Missed opportunity. Heeman was open down the lane.
Roach, another tough drive. Somehow got it over to Heeman. There's Felt. She's had the hot hand. That one off. Rebound tapped over to Abby Joe. And she will draw a foul. So some extra opportunities there. Jefferson scrambling to keep things alive, and they'll get free throws.
Yeah, I think they just kept playing until they got a foul. You see, there were a couple of moments right there where a foul could have been called. They were just like, when are we going to get this foul? But they eventually got it. So let's see if Abby Jo Nelson can sink some shots.
First free throws of the half. Abby Jo a scoreless night so far. Unusual for her with 11.2 points per game on the season. Jefferson now 6 out of 13 from the line. Nelson able to connect. That ends a 6-0 New Prague run. And a steal by Courtney Anderson. There's a lob over the top to Heeman. Instead of the layup, it's Anderson for three. Anderson picks up the board. Roach for three, on target.
Bang! Oh, you know she wanted that one.
Her first points in a while at 10 for the game. Answering it though on the other end is Morris. So a 12-point lead for the Jaguars as they turn it over, but New Prague gives it right back. Stolen back by Morris. Wedeking for the layup, her first points of the night.
See, this game is moving so fast we can't even keep up.
Abby Jo with the layup. It's back and forth, and I think that pace a little bit too much for Paul Roach.
Yeah, definitely a very good time to call a timeout right there. That was 6 or 7 or 8 points within a span of about 20 seconds. So, you got to slow the teams down. But it feels like New Prague will not stop at all. They're still playing really aggressive. And so, you got to figure out how to the Jaguars got to figure out what they're going to do against this team. And I also feel like, for them at least, it feels like they aren't getting the fouls that they want to get. They've gone up, they've been knocked over, but the officials haven't been getting those calls, but there's really nothing they can do about that one.
You just joined us. We're midway through the second half alongside Calvin Amundsen Geisel and our BEC-TV crew. Josh Powers with you. Senior night for the Jaguar girls. We'll catch up with both senior players and hopefully the student managers after the games to stick around for that. Jefferson has never trailed in this game. They've led by as many as 19 on a couple of different occasions, but New Prague using full court press, up-tempo style. They're trying to maximize the amount of possessions in this game with just 8:40 left, and I think that's one of the reasons why you saw Paul Roach call this timeout. Get that pace a little slower, hopefully hang on to the basketball and start to salt this victory away.
Yeah, and also give his players a bit of a rest. They've been buffeted around, you know, so just give them a quick rest and send them back out there.
Good defense here, but they leave a wide open three, but it's Alexis Mattern. Her first shot of the game is way off. Jefferson all over the rebound. Anderson from the wing. That one wide right. Hammond the rebound with under 8 minutes remaining now. Katie Boulanger backing down Nelson. Can't find an angle to shoot. Good defense. Morris from the wing. No good, and the rebound to Roach. Really good 2 defensive trips there from Jefferson after the timeout. Steps on the sidelines. The Jaguars turn it over as Chappell and Clay come back in.
Yeah, you definitely got to give a couple of those players some rest. You know, they've been out for a couple minutes now, and it's been pretty rough. So you got to put some fresh players in there. Hopefully they can get the offense going. And a timeout's been called here.
Eric Sprecht burns a timeout. Both teams with 3 timeouts left still, so plenty of other opportunities here as we work our way down the stretch. You see the balloons over by the Jaguar bench. Senior night for Emily Roach and Simone Clay. Final game of the regular season as well. Those section pairings will come out over the weekend. Jefferson trying for win number 9 on the year. And a season sweep of New Prague. It's been a tough year for the Trojans at just 2-23. But a young team with some freshman talent. We've seen Katie Boulanger and Taylor Hammond. A couple of pretty promising players, I think, for the Trojans that are only freshmen.
Yeah, their play is totally refined, but that's okay because they're freshmen. They have a couple of years, you know, to refine what they got, and they already show a lot of promise when they're playing. You know, they're putting points up, they're getting the ball, and they're doing really well so far. And they've been a thorn in the side of the Jaguars so far tonight.
Emily Roach knows what it's like to play as a freshman. She did that for Jefferson a few years back. Trojan ball after the timeout. Jefferson switching to his zone. The corners have been the spot that's been available versus the Jaguar D in this zone. They get Hatlovig at the free throw line, too strong. Wedeking the rebound and the putback. And it's a 10-point game again.
Trojans are coming back in this one.
Full court pressure from Hammond. And a tie-up. See, the Jaguars have the arrow.
Yeah, you can see Emily Roach eyeing up the official, not very happy with the no foul calls lately.
Here's Clay, the other senior. Here's that trap from the visitors. They rotate it around to Heeman for 3, and it rolls out. Wedeking rebound. New Prague pushing it as Hammond somehow not a travel there, got rid of it to the corner. Morris launches off the mark, and Katie Boulanger is able to get the tie up. Surrounded by 3 Jaguars as New Prague will keep it. Just over 6 minutes left. Lead hasn't been under 10, Calvin, since it was 20-13. Jefferson went on a 12-0 run way back in the first half. It's been double digits ever since.
Yeah, the New Prague offense is really starting to light up right now, and it feels like Jefferson just can't seem to keep up.
Well, Clay gets in there against the taller Katie Boulanger and wins it back for the Jaguars.
Yeah, I think the Jaguars have only scored like 10 points in this half so far.
Yeah, 13 in total for the Jaguars versus 43 in the first. Good dribbling here from Heeman, handling the pressure. Felt finds Clay, a 3-pointer, no. Wedeking secures the rebound. They're on the run again. Knocked away by the Jaguars. Heeman has it, ahead to Felt. Felt open in the corner, in and out. Rebound, Chapel, and the foul.
Oh my! And the cheering fan just lit up right there. Chapel got it right back, just put it up, and you see the bench right there jump for joy as they got that point. I was gonna say, like Alex says sometimes, there seems to be some gremlins in the net tonight for the Jaguars, but
well,
that point might have wiped them away right there.
That was a good time for Chapel with her first points of the second half, and it's a 3-point play. A big one for the Jaguars. So lead back out to 13. Chapel now with a dozen points. One of 3 Jaguars in double figures. And a foul on Chapel apparently.
You can see her looking at her teammates like, what?
That's 4.
I got a foul?
4 now on Chapel. Paul Roach demanding an explanation. 1-and-1 time for New Prague. They've been very good from the free throw line tonight. 12 out of 17.
Yeah, the Jaguars have a 12-point lead, but it definitely feels like New Prague is very in control right now.
Back of the rim, Hatlovic, but she tracks down the rebound and then just lost control of it. Jefferson's gonna have to face this pressure defense the rest of this game. Roach ran out of room and stepped on the sideline. So back to the Trojans. Again, they can cut it to 10 or maybe 9. Roach fell down. New Prague unable to take advantage. Katie Boulanger couldn't get it over Chapel, threaded it underneath, and it'll go back to Jefferson on the miss from Langberg.
That was something.
Those are wins, though, for Jefferson. New Prague come up empty on that trip, and you force the visitors to take a good 30 seconds plus off the clock.
Yeah. And at this point, you know, I think everyone knows the Jaguars' offense really isn't into it right now. So now they're hoping to run timeout, maybe get a couple more points in. Hopefully they can win this game.
Here's Heeman, a 3-pointer. Not sure the Jaguars needed that early launch, but they'll get it back as Roach helped to keep it alive down low.
Yeah, the Jaguars' three-point energy in the first half was going really well, but so far they've only scored two three-pointers here in the second half. So maybe try and get more into that zone, get those layups in, and less threes.
As I say that, Roach launches a three, and it's an air ball, but Nelson keeps it alive. See if they can get it down to Chappell. Instead of foul, Jefferson not yet in the bonus. That's where I would go, Calvin. Chappell had to sit a lot of this half with 3 fouls, but she's back in there now. Might as well use her.
Right, she's going to be very vital to get those layups up the middle, deep in the paint.
There's the lob for Chappell, and it was perfect from Nelson.
Yeah.
That was a difficult pass, and Abby Jo Nelson made it look easy. Chappell may have just fouled out.
Let's see this replay. Let's see it again. Yeah, I guess the referee would call it on, she stepped forward just a little bit, but I mean, you could see everyone on the Jaguars team was just looking at the official like, did you actually call that? So I think.
So Chappell sit for the last 3:35. Good night for Angelina with 14 points.
The Jefferson faithful here giving her a standing ovation. And she is not happy about falling out.
Meanwhile, Katie Boulanger continues her productive night, now with 14 points.
14?
And that make will set up the pressure. So the Jaguars offensively and defensively without their weapon inside their post player. Play sends it ahead to Roach, and a reach in. There's the call that Emily was hoping for on a couple of different occasions with that bump.
Yeah, she finally got that call that she wanted. She's been disappointed at the referees all night for not getting that, but she finally got one. So if she really wants to get this done, she's got to capitalize on this.
Next foul on New Prague will put Jefferson in the 1-and-1. Here's Clay from the corner. Off the back iron. And Wedeking unable to stave off the Jaguar attack on the offensive glass. So another trip here for the Jaguars. It's Nelson, can't find it. New Prague wanting to move quickly, but moving too quickly as it's too far for Langberg.
Yeah, just the throw is a little too high. You're trying to make sure it gets over the head of the defenders, but just too high of a throw. It might have been. I don't think she would have stopped her momentum in time anyway. She was a couple feet from the out of bounds line anyway, so impossibly tough throw to make right there.
Nelson, good decision there to slow it up. Work on this clock, which is under 3 minutes. Roach double team, maybe a timeout here. And there it is. Jefferson had 3 of them left. Good time to use it to avoid a turnover.
Yeah.
Still with a 12-point lead. New Prague been close to getting it under 10. Haven't been able to do it yet. And now, Calvin, they're running out of time. And that's a good thing for the Jaguars.
Yeah, it's definitely good. New Prague has just been on their game all night tonight. They came out aggressive. They're still aggressive. I don't know how they're not out of energy. That's what I'm thinking. The Jaguars are looking pretty tired, looking pretty exhausted, but New Prague is still powering on to beat up the Jaguars, and they're trying their best to, run the clock out and keep this lead that they have here, which is about 11 points, if my math is correct. 11 to 12? Yeah.
There you go, 12. You're only a sophomore, Calvin. You got time to work on the addition here as your time at Jefferson continues. Roach had it blocked from behind by Wedeking. Wedeking 1-on-2, maybe forced that one a bit. Good defense in transition by Nelson. And a 1-on-1 now for Felt. Reminder, coming up on the post-game, stick around. We'll talk to both of the senior players, Simone Clay and Emily Roach, and hopefully the two student managers as well, Kelsey Bechtold and Secret Clay. Felt has had a wonderful night, now with 16 points. She's really been a calming presence for them, especially offensively.
Yeah, I felt she's kind of quiet, and so I feel like she's kind of an underrated player on this team, and you don't really recognize how good she is until you actually see her play, and she plays for most of the game, and so.
Roach sends it ahead. No need to push, though, for Jefferson with just over 2 minutes left. They want to get Clay a bucket here on senior night. Here it is from the corner. There's the senior moment for Simone Clay.
That's the second three of the night, I think, right?
Yeah, she's up to 8 points. Only averages 3.4. Roach forced the tie up. It'll stay here. You love to see that, though, from Calvin. You could tell on that trip they wanted to get Simone that look from the corner, and she made it pay off.
She's been an underrated player of this team this entire year, and you got to give her some credit, got to give her some chances to shoot.
Good defense from Nelson. It's Roach. Over to Clay!
Hey!
Up to 10 points now with back-to-back baskets. Senior to senior in the final 2 minutes. Cool stuff for the Jaguars. That was unselfish from Roach, too. She could have easily gone up for that layup. Jefferson matching its largest lead of 19 right now. It's Mattern with the free throw, her first points of the night, the one-on-one free throw.
Yeah, at this point in the game, all the players are tired, so for all the shots that these players make, there's going to be, less shots made. Unfortunate bounce right there. Bounced off a couple players' feet. The pass itself was awkward, and so it'll end up being New Prague's ball.
And this will go over to Jefferson as Heeman knocked it away, and Langenberg hadn't established both feet in the court yet before she touched it. Let's see if New Prague will dial down the pressure. Not yet. An 18-point Jaguar lead. Roach from the corner. She hits the three, so the seniors are coming alive. They've scored the last 8 Jaguar points, and it's the largest lead of the game for Jefferson.
21 points, I think. Wow. That is quite a lead.
Foul on Nelson here in the final minute. So both seniors will be into double figures. That's 13 now for Roach, 10 for Clay. Matlevig able to get it into double figures there with that free throw. No wave of the white flag yet for the Trojans. Going to play this one out till the end.
Simone Clay trying her best to get in there and get those points.
Nifty ball handling for the senior. Why not? Let's trigger it!
Oh,
Clay! On fire here. Look at that big smile.
Oh, that was such an awesome play.
How fun is that? That's the last 11 points now scored by the two Jaguar seniors. How about one more from Clay with the heat check maybe? Final couple seconds. Oh, they got it to her. It's out of time. She made it anyway after the buzzer. Woo! Jefferson pulling away here on senior night. She gets a big hug from her sister, student manager. Heating up at the right time, Simone Clay. Jefferson could use some of those next week in section play, that's for sure.
Well, it wasn't all that pretty, but Jefferson got that win they were looking for.
Yeah, as you said, Calvin, it was a bit of a struggle earlier in the second half, but the seniors came alive late. They scored the last 11 points for Jefferson, and a 20-point win tonight on senior night. They're headed over here for some post-game interviews. We're going to throw it to a quick break. Stick around, more to come on the post-game here as Jefferson gets a big win on senior night. Game here on senior night, a 20-point win, big win for the Jaguars. A fun night for the seniors. We're with the two senior student managers now, Kelsey Bechtold and Secret Clay. Sorry about that, Secret. But Kelsey, what is a student manager like? What are some of your roles and responsibilities and duties during the game day to make everything go as smoothly as possible for the girls?
The main thing I do is keep track of their statistics on like an iPad, so their rebounds, turnovers, points, everything like that, and then we're in charge of making sure they have water, making sure they have everything they need, so just stuff like that.
What's something interesting about you, Kelsey? You're a senior this year for Jefferson. What are some of those hobbies and interests that you enjoy doing when you're not a student manager here on the team?
I do like to play. I play in the high school band here at Jefferson. I play euphonium, so I like to do that. And I manage for softball too, so I like to do those two things a lot.
What sport do you like better, basketball or softball, being a student manager?
I can't say. I plead the fifth. I can't do that.
Now, are you in the marching band as well in the fall? Okay. All right, we'll bring you in. Secret, how cool was it to have your twin sister there? She got hot at the end of the game. How fun was that?
It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm really proud of her.
I know you gave her a big hug after the game. Just kind of describe that moment. She was all smiles there, hitting that three. What was that like for you guys?
I don't know. It's just kind of like a really happy, overwhelming feeling because, you know, she's been doing okay this season, but I think tonight was one of her best games, so I'm really glad.
And we asked Kelsey this, but what are some of your interests and hobbies that you enjoy doing in your spare time, Secret?
Honestly, all I do is basketball. I'm not going to lie. That's all I do. Watch basketball, come to the practices, the games. That's really all I do.
Well, a final one for each of you. What are your plans next year? Senior year's coming to a close here in the next couple of months. What's next in your journey?
I don't exactly know where yet, but I know I want to go to college and study journalism and public health.
How about for you, Secret?
I plan on attending Daytona State in Florida.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. Probably to get my EMT license, so exciting.
Well, thanks for doing this. Thanks for being a great support for the girls team, and best of luck in your future endeavors, okay? All right, we're going to why don't you bring in your sister here? Let's talk to Emily first. Emily, we'll do these each individual. We'll bring in Simone here in just a second. But Emily, you've been on this Jaguar team now, it seems like forever. I know you still have at least one more game left in the playoffs, but what is it like? You've been on the team for so long, and now it's you can see that light at the end of the tunnel. What are some of those emotions that you have as you kind of close out your time here?
Yeah, it's super bittersweet. I think I learned a lot from this program, and I've gained a lot from the program being on varsity as a freshman. I played with my sister, so that was super fun, and now I'm playing with my best friends, and I've been playing with these girls since I was in like 5th grade, so it's super fun.
What is it like to have your dad as the head coach, right? I mean, not every player obviously gets to experience that. What has that been like for you, that dynamic?
Yeah, it's super fun. He's coached me since I was in like 5th grade, and I really like having him. He's a really good father figure for me, and he's really always been like my best supporter in basketball and always like helps me out.
Between you and Simone, you scored the last 11 points of the game. How fun was that at the end? You guys both kind of came alive in that game.
Yeah, it's super fun. It's super fun to have a crowd behind us and our bench behind us, and it's fun to have a good send-off like that.
What are some of your other hobbies and interests? I know in that senior night recognition they mentioned basketball is kind of like all that you do, right? But what are some of those other things that you enjoy doing?
I like hanging out with my friends. I have a cabin, so I like going to my cabin and water skiing and tubing and really anything.
Now let's talk about what's next for you, Emily. You're going to be a Golden Gopher like I was, so good choice on the school, but just talk about what you're wanting to pursue there at the next level.
Yeah, hopefully. I want to do something in business or in child psychology, so hopefully down one of those roads or education.
All right, Emily, just congrats on just a tremendous Jefferson career over the years, and I hope you play well in the postseason. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll bring in Simone Clay. Simone, I think you had one of maybe the biggest smiles that I've ever seen there in the last few minutes of that game. You were starting to get red hot. You even made that one after the horn expired. How fun was it to just perform well and get some big baskets down the stretch?
It was really fun. It's just like the last home game, so I wanted to like leave on a good note and just like being with everybody, so yeah.
You're obviously with your twin sister as the student manager. How cool is that to have her experience this basketball journey with you as part of the team?
Yeah, it's really good. She's been like basically part of the team since like we were in middle school, and like we've always like just like immersed her in the basketball like team and program, and it was like good. She's like my best friend. She's my biggest supporter, so it's like always nice to just look on the bench and like she's cheering me on and stuff.
But she's going far away next year, right? Down to Florida. Yep. So what is that like? You're going to be away from her for the first time.
I'm going to Florida.
Oh, you're going to, let's talk about that. So you're both going to go to, let's say that name of the school again?
Daytona State.
Daytona State.
Yep.
And what are you looking to pursue down there?
The firefighter program down there. So.
Obviously, it's a beautiful part of the country, so that's obviously one of the reasons why I'm assuming you wanted to go down there. But why did you decide to stay together? You're twins. I'm assuming you're going to look forward to being together next year. What went into that decision?
I just think it would have been really hard leaving each other after like our whole lives, and like at least if we can like get a couple more years together before we like actually go off into our adulthood, it's like nice, especially like going so far away from home, like having somebody there is good.
All right, Simone, last one for you. What are some things that you enjoy doing in your spare time, those hobbies and interests that keep you busy, besides all the schoolwork and basketball?
I guess I just like to hang out with my friends. That's about it.
All right, Simone, congrats on just a tremendous performance tonight. I hope you continue that hot streak in the playoffs next week, okay?
Thanks. Have a good night.
All right, that's Simone Clay. We're going to bring back in Calvin Amundsen-Geisel here on the post game. Calvin, just a great performance from the Jaguars. They never trailed in this game. They led by double digits most of the game, and when things got kind of tough in that second half, a little bit sticky, you saw the Jaguars seniors respond and put this game away.
Yeah, I definitely think, their first half, they shot off. They had so many points. They put up, I think it was like 42 or something. Yeah. They had a lot of points, and so even when their offense wasn't doing that great in the second half, they still had those points to back them up. And at the end of the game, like you saw, the seniors, they just went off and put those 11 points up. It's just a great game overall by these Jaguars,
Yeah, Jefferson gets win number 9 on the season, and the seniors, a key part of why the Jaguars were able to do that as they scored the last 11 points. Calvin, thanks for doing this again. Best of luck as you continue your sophomore year at Jefferson, okay?
Thank you so much. Yeah, this has always been a pleasure to do, and I enjoy doing it.
All right, that'll put a wrap on this senior and a big-time win for Jefferson, number 9 on the year, a 20-point win for the Jaguars as both seniors finish in double figures. 74-54 the final for our entire crew. For Calvin Amundsen-Geisel, this is Josh Powers saying good night from Jefferson High School.